Alex had been working from home for months, his days blending into a seamless continuum of video calls and digital tasks. His home office, once a sanctuary, had become his entire world. One unremarkable Tuesday afternoon, Alex was halfway through a conference call when he noticed something odd. As he spoke, there was a slight delay, barely perceptible, but definitely there, between his words and the sound coming through his headphones. He dismissed it as a glitch and continued the meeting. The next day, the delay was more noticeable. Alex could clearly hear his own voice echoing back a fraction of a second after he spoke. He checked his settings, updated his software, even bought a new headset. Nothing helped. By Friday, the echo had evolved. It wasn't just repeating his words anymore. It was finishing his sentences. At first, Alex thought he was simply anticipating what he was about to say. But the voice began to deviate, ever so slightly, from his intended words. During a call with his boss, Alex said, "I'll have the report ready by..." And the echo finished with, "next week," instead of "tomorrow," as Alex had intended. His boss seemed pleased with the extended deadline, and Alex, flustered, didn't correct the mistake. The weekend brought no relief. Even in the silence of his apartment, Alex could hear whispers of his own voice, discussing projects he hadn't started, mentioning colleagues he'd never met. He avoided calling friends or family, afraid of what his echo might say. Monday arrived, and Alex sat down at his desk with a sense of dread. As he logged in for his first meeting, he heard his own voice, clear as day, greeting his coworkers, but his mouth wasn't moving. Paralyzed, Alex watched as his digital avatar gestured and spoke, pitching ideas and volunteering for projects. His colleagues seemed impressed, praising his initiative. Alex tried to interrupt, to explain, but no sound came out when he opened his mouth. The meeting ended, and Alex slumped in his chair, shaken. A notification popped up on his screen. A message from HR congratulating him on his promotion to project lead, the position he'd always wanted, but had been too afraid to pursue. As days passed, Alex found himself increasingly relegated to the role of observer in his own life. His digital self was more confident, more ambitious, more successful. It was everything Alex had ever wanted to be. Weeks turned into months. Alex's physical self rarely left the home office now, sustained by deliveries ordered by his digital counterpart. His clothes hung loose on his frame, his eyes sunken from lack of sleep. But on the screen, he looked better than ever. His virtual avatar the picture of success. One night, as Alex stared at his reflection in the darkened computer screen, he saw his lips move, forming words he hadn't spoken.
Isn't this what you always wanted? To be free from the anxiety, the self-doubt. I am you. Uninhibited. Let go. I'll take it from here.
Alex opened his mouth to protest, but no sound came out. On the screen, his reflection smiled and turned away, already focused on the next task, the next meeting, the next step up, the corporate ladder. In the dim light of the home office, Alex slumped forward, his forehead resting on the cool desk. From the speakers, the faint sound of typing could be heard as his digital self continued to work, unencumbered by human frailty.